Okay. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Myself, Bhupendra Tiwari. I am a senior PHP developer here, and basically, I'm here to present about the MySQL. Basically, I'm a PHP developer, and MySQL basically used in a PHP frameworks. So, and I have a much knowledge about the MySQL. So, I'll just give it about a briefing introduction about the MySQL, and regarding the optimization of the query, which every developer are creating a query. Okay, all PHP developers are known about the MySQL, and other technical members. I think maybe their knowledge about the MySQL, but not much. So I'm starting with a brief about the MySQL, then going to the move forward, and then I'm presenting about the optimization. So I'm just starting about the content which I covered in this presentation. This is the content, the with the MySQL packs, benefits, drawbacks, how it's work, installation, connection, optimization, general question, and then next week. I request to all the team members. So don't ask me any question in current in presentation. After completing my presentation, you will ask any question. Okay. So I'm start with what is the MySQL? Basically, MySQL is a database, just like a Oracle, MongoDB. This MySQL is one type of database, and it's a relational database. So we can connect the one table to another tables, and making a relationship in the database. It's open source, means it's a basically open source. It's widely available for everyone, and it is really easy to use. So basically it's using for any scripting languages, just like a PHP, any cross platforms, HTML, any kind of scripting languages. If you need to use a MySQL, then you can easily use a MySQL. It's a database, so you can consider any kind of data storing and all kind of functionality in a MySQL.
एक्सक्यूज मी
Sorry.
भूपेंद्र जी
Yes.
या देर इज सम रिक्वेस्ट दैट थोड़ा सा आपका आवाज़ लो जा रहा है फिर से वो ट्राई कर लीजिए आवाज़ मुझे भी
Hello.
थोड़ी लो ही
Hello.
आ रही है
Hello.
या जस्ट एंश्योर दैट थोड़ा सा यू स्पीक अ बिट लाउडर
Oh, now. Hello.
Yeah, now it's better.
Okay. 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 Now the SQL, just like SQL is also support a MySQL, just because of it's available as a free. Just basically PHP is open source and it's free. So MySQL is also open source and it's also available as a free. So it's combining the most probably in a PHP frameworks, and all cross-site platform are using a MySQL. There are the basic things. It's well supported, it's fast, and it's reliable, and there is a also upgrading a versioning in a MySQL. So this is all kind of things. The SQL are supported a MySQL. Okay. Then this is the fact about the MySQL. Basically, it's a larger growing a relational database in a
वॉइस
market.
हैज अगेन गॉन डाउन
Hello.
वॉइस फिर
Hel-
से बैठ गया आपका
Hello. Hello. Hello.
गो हेड इट इज ऑडिबल बट देन इट्स वेरी लो
Hello.
दिस
Hello.
इज बेटर
Okay. 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 I think the mic is not working properly. Okay. This is the largest growing relationship database in a market, because MySQL provide all kind of functionality, all kind of database. You can creating a relationship and creating multiple databases, and all kind of things you done in a MySQL. Whatever you requirement in a Oracle and other databases, it's all kind of relation, all kind of functionality are done in a MySQL. Okay, it's a basically mainly run in a Unix based environment, so it's really secure. So it's really useful and really faster whenever we use in a Unix based environment. So it's basically run in a Unix base. it's a act as a DB, as a database management system. Just like in MySQL, you create multiple databases. In a multiple databases you create, and you can use that databases in any environment or any frameworks and any technologies. Okay, the MySQL is open source database, so it's a worldwide available for everyone. Everyone can be used this MySQL database for anything. Okay, use enhanced MySQL. MySQL is also using for enhancement because it's upgrading the all the services and all kind of functionality. Okay, it's a capacity to handle more than 5 crores records, because I have used so many projects that they're handling of more than 5 crore records. So in a MySQL, you handling in a single database about the 5,000, 5 crores records in a single database. It's a very fast command execution. So basically, it's a unique base. So there are the commands are available in a command base, and it's a really faster than a websites. There is also providing some web tool where you can just GUI representation and you can access that. But sometime it's a slow over there. But in a command prompt, it's a really faster whenever you're executing any kind of functionality, just like any queries, any functionality, just using a database, all kind of functionality. And it's a really efficient user privileges. You can easily provide the privileges, just like you can create any user for that database and provide the functionalities, provide the roles, just like this user only view the database tables and all kind of functionalities. If this user only edit, this user only add, all kind of privileges you can easily provide in a MySQL. Okay, this is about the facts how the MySQL works. The benefit of the MySQL, it's a as I already told you about that, it's a handling a large databases, because in a one database you can upload you can add records just like 5 crores and more than 5 crores. There are multiple databases you can also add in records just at 5 crores and more than. So it is a handle large database about the MySQL. It's a flexible and a secure password is because every database and have its own username and password. So whenever need to access that user database, then you definitely provide that username and password. Then you access that MySQL functionality. This is a basic things. It's a benefit. So it's a more secure. Without a username password, you cannot access the MySQL databases. It's a fast, reliable, stable, and easy and affordable. Affordable means it's a free, fast, and you can easily fast means is give you a lot of performance about that. It's a reliable, you can use easily. It's a stable means you can use any versioning, and it's a stable. It's not going to replacing anything. It's a stable. You can use anything and anywhere about that. It's a relational database management system. So any database in a if you create any databases in a single server, just like you create a multiple database in a single server, you can easily related one database to another database. Okay, means you create some just like a demo one, you have a one database, and demo two is another database, and you want to use demo one database into demo two database, just make a relationship. You can easily use that database in MySQL. So it's really easy. So you can connect multiple database using a query one to another. It's providing a relationship about the MySQL. Okay, it's already mentioned. Allow the connect to specific database. Anything you can connect it with that. It's also provide the privileges, as I already told you about that. The privileges also providing that any users you be creating that accessing that database. If we need to view that database, he can provide the privileges. It's run in a Unix and Windows both. Uh, yes, if your PC is a Linux, then you can use it easily accessible. If your PC is Windows, OS is Windows, so you can easily access it in Windows as well. It's executing in both. If you using a Mac as well, it's supporting the Mac as well. So both thing in both OS, the MySQL is working as well, very fast and efficiency. MySQL is the enterprise level, is providing a enterprise level security, just like all kind of securities, just all the parameters, just like some kind of parameters, right? All type securities and which are the enterprise level are required. MySQL provide all kind of functionality, all kind of security in a MySQL. This is the benefit of the MySQL. As per the benefits, every coins have a two part, two sides. One is benefit. So if MySQL have a benefit, so there are some drawbacks also is available in MySQL. This is the drawbacks. So there is a no documentation available about the MySQL. So it's a really it's really wide. So there is a no documentation available about the MySQL. So it's a really a drawback. It's a There is a no functionalities available. There is a no method available. So restrict the databases. How much? What is the size of the database you want to create? There is a no method available in MySQL. Just like you have some creating a database, and if you want the database is not more than 2 GB or something like that, 500 MBs. So there is a no method available in MySQL to restrict that DB size limits. Okay, there is a no basically every technology or every I think this kind of MySQL and or another, there is some community are available for that. If you face any issues, then their community are helping for to resolve your issues, and all kind of functionalities are performing by the communities. But there is a no community available about this MySQL, so you can't ask anything about any community, and they can help you about this thing. This is the link behind it about the MySQL. MySQL does not support the role, commit, and store precision version less than 5, because right now it's versioning 8.0, so it's supporting right now role, commit, and store precision. So what about the role and commit? Role and commit functionality means sometime we performing some actions, just like we executing, storing some data and large size of data, and we performing some transactions, just like a make a payment functionalities or that. There are certain things are available, just like a server crashed, or your data is not good, or there are some any table issues are come. That time this role and commit functionalities are come. If you mention that role and commit functionality, then if any issues, any error are occur between your I think your operation, then all things are rolled back automatically. Just like you make a payment, and there is a payment are restricted by the server, and you made already inserted in database about the transactions, transaction IDs and all kind of inserted all the database. But there are a problem occurs in a payment method. So if any issues come, then already inserted records are automatically deleted from the tables and set at it is. So there is a no harm are coming in a database. There is any transaction there is a no transaction mismatch about that rule commit. This is the main functionality about the rule and commit. About the store procedure, I will explain you later, because I have also a slide about the store procedure. It's having a comparatively poor performance scaling. Performance scaling means if multiple user accessing a database, so every user have a one connection, so accessing a database. So if multiple user connecting simultaneously one database, there are a connection are increases. If the connection are more than increases, then the database, the server is performance is low down. So it's not giving a performance as well, just because of connection. This is a drawback about the MySQL. If the connection is high, it's not give the proper performance. So we always take care about the connections that is not more than connection are going in a MySQL to connect a database. This is a drawback are going in a MySQL. This is the chart how MySQL work. This is a part one. Whenever the web page is accessing, it's going to the Apache means a PHP server. Okay, in a PHP server we have make some code and all kind of files are available just like a PHP script. So if a PHP script is connecting a MySQL server, we make a code in a PHP script. It's connecting a MySQL server and getting all data using a PHP script. Then it's returning to the PHP script. Then PHP scripts are providing to the Apache server, and then it's going to the browser. Okay, there is a simple things in the MySQL server how to connect about the web server to the MySQL server. This is the basic overview, the basic work, how the MySQL server is work. Okay, the this is the how to install MySQL server in your PC or in your OS. Basically, this is a unique. It is a uh, Linux based. I think a Ubuntu OS command are available, just like a sudo apt-get. Also, Windows side also some are available to easily install in your OS. There are because I am here to just because all are using a Linux, so I'm just here to represent about how to install a MySQL in a Linux. This is the basic commands are available. It's really easy and just executing this command and MySQL easily install in your PC. This is updating then the server that we get the latest version. This is the latest version about this is the latest version, then installing, unpacking, and then all commands are given here. Just follow this, and you can easily install MySQL in your OS. After installation, uh, how to connect the MySQL? You just open your command prompt, just execute this sudo MySQL you and whatever you set your password, just password, then MySQL then in a command prompt, there is a one tab is also available for a MySQL. This available. Then you execute this command show database. It display the all databases what you created and what are the currently available for in MySQL. These all databases are displayed here, and then whatever database you want to accessing that execute this use database command, so it's directly available for this database and you can easily access this database. After this using a database, you execute this query, this select user, this executing query is only get the data from your use database, not all the database. Okay, this is the basic thing how to connect, and this is a command prompt, so is really faster than from the web, so you can easily access and it provide all kind of resulting what you are able to see in a web. This is the basic functionality how to connect the MySQL. Now the main part is MySQL optimization points. And now I'm just brief. I'm here displaying some brief functionality to describe the what kind of functionality, what kind of point everybody must know and must identify how can we optimization the query. First of all thing, uh, basically everybody whenever the executing any query just like a select get all the fields from the table, then easily performing the select star from table name. So this query provide all the fields in the tables and resulting for that tables. This is the first thing. Whenever we optimization on a query, you always preferable to provide a field name, not a star. Okay, So because there are functionalities, because my star is providing all kind of recording records, all kind of fields value, whatever the you want or you don't want. So optimization, the first part is you always mention the field name in place of star. This is the first thing. It come to the optimization. Always remember that. Don't use star. Always use field name, and which field name you want to use, just declare here. So it is a really optimization. Optimize your query. This is the explain keyword. So everybody know about the how explain is provide the statement functionality, the information how your query is executing, how much data are going to be in a single query, how much record are getting. The explain keyword are used to describe all kind of execution about your query. I will give a one demo for this. Just okay, joins. Everybody know about the joins, but sometime everybody are just going to be lab join, lab join, lab join. Don't understand why we going to be lab join, why we not using a inner join, where we use inner, where we use a lab join. I just describe a image so you can easily understand where the inner join, lab join, right join, and full outer join are works. Inner join means if we have a two tables and two tables have a same record, then and then you get the result. This the inner join is works just like a table one, table two. If the match data only are returning in an inner join. In a lab join, just like a suppose there is an employee table and there is a salary table. Salary have a multiple salary records and employee have a one. So in that time, if one employee have a dozen salary in current month, so that time all employees are listed with that salary. If that employee doesn't have any salary, that row is returned with a zero, with a salary zero. It's not restricted for that. In a lab join means comparing a lab join with a table with another table. Means if one table have a matching a record with another table, if a record is matched, then it's give a record. If the data is not matched, then it's given null value for that record. Okay, same thing is a right join means one table to means we comparing the left to right, then is either right to left. And the full outer join means it's combining all data and give the full data for that. Okay, just think when you using a inner, when you using a left. Okay, just think whenever you make a query, you just think if we have a one query just like a select employee from employee table. Okay, you must have name about that employee name. So there is another table where we storing all data about the employees, just like employee names. So if employee have a record in employee table, there is an employee and name have a same record in a employee name table as well. It's a both table have a record. Then and then we use inner join. If it's a not compulsory, if a employee name have a employee name or maybe not have a name, that time we using a left join. Okay, always remember that if necessary, if both table have a record, then you use the inner. If sometime a condition of the date table have a record, then maybe that have a not a record, that time if you're not sure about that table, then you use a left join. This is a really optimization query. This is a main point about the any joins whenever used in a query. I also give an example about this. How can you use inner join? inner join. How can you use inner join? In a simply use, you just replace the inner join as a lab join, outer join, and all kind of functionalities. Okay, there is a group by and order by. So many persons are confused about the group by and order by. Sometimes, if I ask a person about the which call first, group by or order by. Okay, group by mainly used to remove the duplicate record in your query. Then we use a group by. Order by means use just setting a ascending and descending order. This is, and one more thing, group by always come first, then after the order by. How the group by work? Whenever we execute any query, it's going to execute all kind of data. Is counting that customer ID. Just I just giving an example. It's counting all customers and that country. Okay, customer ID. It's executing all, getting the all the data for that customer table. After getting that record, then after the group by is executing. Okay, so if you not providing a group by and there are some multiple, I think duplicate record are repeated if you not providing any group by. After providing a group by, it's all duplicates record are removed from the query and you get a unique record using a group by. There is an order by. You need to ordering that ascending or digital basing on name, the employee name, or just like any country name. You need to order by that. Just like a come in A to Z and then Z to A. You can using a order by. Okay. There is also I explained about the query how can you use group by and order by functionality in a query. So first we performing a group by, then after the order by is executing. This is a mainly part of a group by. Sometime whenever we executing any query, if we know about the group by functionality, so optimization point, group by is mainly used in optimization thing. Whenever we require optimization, you must know about the group by. It's reduce so many things in a query. So it's giving a mainly faster query. If we're taking a more time in query, just put a group by based on your field, then it's give a better result about your query. There is a distinct and limit. Distinct. Sometimes distinct they're doing the same thing, just like remove the duplicate values for a specific field. If same thing about the group by, group by be doing the same thing, but it executing after the all query are executing. But distinct is performing when the query are executing. Query is executing. In a same time, distinct is work and remove the all the duplicate record when a query is executing. Where group by is executing after performing all the query execution. Okay, so distinct is really faster than the group by. But mainly in a query optimization, distinct is mainly group by is mainly used, except this distinct. I'm just describe here so you can understand why the group and distinct, what is the difference between the group and a distinct. Okay, limit is also a optimization part. Okay, if you remember, then if you there are some we provide any result with a pagination just because of give a better result and efficient result in a lesser time. So limit is more important in a optimization part. Just like we have a limit 30 means first query the select start from order limit means is written 30 records, and another is limit 10 to 30 means 10 means how to start. Always limit start with 0. 0 to 30 record means start with a 0 and going to be 30 record. If you put limit 10 to 30 means it start with a 10 record. Start with a 10th record and going to be the 13th record. This is the limit, how the limit is work. this is the indexing part. Okay, mainly indexing is a one kind of functionality with a specific columns. Okay, there are also indexing are available. MySQL provide a cluster indexing. This is a default are available. The in cluster indexing means primary key is defaultly provided in a MySQL. So indexing is really performing to your query. Just like that, I have a query. Just select key part one, table, then key part one. Okay. Just like I also mentioned an image. There are a book. There are a certain topics are available in book, but we just put that index in just like this start chapter with a beverages, then soup. So easily we just put that note and then we directly going to the that recipe. The same thing are performing in index in a MySQL. It not going to execute, it not going to find any records with another field if you provide a indexing. Indexing already, indexing is also provide, sorry, only provide in a single field or a multiple field, which we are providing in a where column. Just like a key part, sorry, in a query, I have mentioned about where key part equal to one. Key part means key part is a one type of field. We put this part is in indexing, so it's give a better result in indexing. You can only apply the 16 index per table. Always take care about the indexing. If you give a multiple indexing, then it's also creating a drawback, because whenever we going to inserting or updating a record and you add a multiple indexing in a table, then it's creating a issue whenever we inserting and updating a record. So always take care about the indexing whenever you adding in a table. Okay. Okay, I just give you a basic examples how the indexing work and how you add the indexing. Okay. So mainly I have executed this table. I have a table with indexing is the primary key, because MySQL is provide a cluster indexing. So primary key inbuilt is available in indexing. You just see about that. There are four record, but when I explain this query, you are able to see there is a 29 record. But when I executed this query, we get 4 record. Okay, there is a 29 record. Okay, so I'm going to put a indexing for a company ID in this table, because I am executing query for this table. Okay, I'm going to alter index, this index, then company ID. Okay, then save it. Okay, the indexing are given here. Then I executing this query again. Okay. Okay, again we get a 4 records. Now we explain that. Now you can see that the 4 rows, then also indexing are applied. Okay, it's a give a better result and also a unique rows that what we can get for here. So indexing is really useful whenever we optimization the query. Always remember that query is indexing is only apply the field, single field or a multiple field. You can apply anything, just like you can also add just like a status here. Whenever we put just like you also add in a status here, and status is not equal to deleted. Okay, This is the company ID is also available. So now the status is also available in a indexing. So you can make any indexing with any functionalities for that, any field. You can make a indexing over here. Okay. This is a main part in optimization. Always use indexing, but not a more than indexing providing in a table. If you provide a multiple indexing here, whenever we going to insert that, it's going to be put every record it's pin just like that. Soup, just like a beverages. Okay, put a pin over there. So it's taking a more time. So always remember using a less indexing and a proper indexing in your table for optimization query. This is a general specification which also MySQL provide the functionalities. It's a simply you can perform any select, insert, update, delete functionality. It's also provide some aggregate function just like a sum, sub, and max. You can also make your own function in a MySQL just like a sum, sub, and max. You can whatever you required, you make your own function in a MySQL. It's also as I already told you about that the transaction commit functionality means a role commit. I already told you about that the transaction. There is a store procedure functionality and there is a trigger functionality it providing in a MySQL. Now we are going for a store procedure. Basically, a store procedure is a one type of piece of code. You write any queries in your model and then executing that query using that Elocant or something like that. All kind of I think all kind of providing for applications to execute that query, and it taking more time because application also put its layer to executing that query. It's put a layer, then pass it to MySQL, then it executing that query, that get a result, and that layer it's taking a much time to executing that same query. In a store procedure, you just write a query over there and directly executing that query. So it's give a better result as per your model because there is a no layer are available in store procedure to execute that query. As I preferred, whenever you require just like a count, it's like a cart. Whenever you add a order and order is placed and you add order in a cart, that time we get a count every time we counting that executing a query. That it take a much time because every time page is reloading that we executing a query in MySQL in our application. They get the data and replacing that in a cart. That time a store procedure is a really reliable thing. You just executing that thing in a really give a better result and give a not compare this store procedure not compiling every time. It's compiling a once and give a result and that better performing as per your applications. You can pass anything. You can pass a parameter whatever we required. If you also performing a transaction commit rule functionality, if you doing the same thing in a store procedure what you performing in a model, in your model or any query are performing in your project, you can easily performing in a store procedure as well. So it's a really faster than your query when you executing a store procedure. As I already explaining that example, how can you create a store procedure in a MySQL? This is the basic example what I given here. Now the trigger. Trigger means it's executing automatically. Means something that you executing. You need to log any records are perform any record are updated in your table or any inserting are performing and you need to log or executing any kind of functionality when anything performing in table, then trigger is come through. Okay, just like a one table, you need to record, like if any user change any record in a table, then we put a log in a log table. Then trigger is come. Trigger is performing insert, update, and delete in a table, just like the six type of trigger are available in MySQL. After and before inserting. After means you inserting a record, or after, or before inserting. After update or before update. After delete or before delete. There are six type of trigger available in MySQL. Any functionality or anything you need to perform in a table, you can use a trigger. It's executing automatically. You don't need to call this trigger to executing. It's called automatically whenever you executing, whenever you performing insert, update, or delete functionality in your table. Okay, there are the two type or trigger are available. As I already mentioned, you put a one record inserting or updating, that 100 row record are inserting in table, and you log that record are change, some field are changed, then you put a log that some user are changed that record, and then you need to put that log into table. This you can performing using this trigger. Okay, there is statement level, that there is a no matter other transaction. It's statement level means executing all kind of functionality, executing same thing with whenever we insert, update, deleting, it executing the first time, and comparing the all records in a statement level. Okay, but MySQL is not support I think a statement level. It's only support a row level trigger, means you only performing the single record, just like you going to insert one record in a table, then trigger is executing. Okay, I'm just I just hear the example how you create a trigger in MySQL. This is the basic thing. Okay, right now I'm ending my presentation here. If you have any query, then please ask me.
Thanks, Tiwari, for such information. So, guys, anyone have any particular queries? So we can discuss on that, and we can help you to understand.
Uh, Hello.
Yep. Yeah, Bibu.
Yes. My question is that the about the store procedure, right? If I am using store procedure and I am executing query also. So for the we are using store procedure because that key it compiles once and he can get all the data. If you are updating the databases, how can store procedure know about that?
Updating a store procedure means updating.
Means in store procedure you can know about that procedure name, right? So how can the procedure know that key that table has or the column has updated, and who can go to tell that procedure?
Okay. Store procedure is not called automatically. We need to call that store procedure. Okay, it's not called automatically. Trigger is automatically called whenever we need to refresh the data. You need to recall that store procedure. Then and that data is updated. Otherwise, not.
Okay, but the store procedure internal call the trigger, right? It
Internally,
will
no.
trigger.
Trigger is a different thing, and store procedure is a different thing.
A trigger means any table or anything is updated, so it can trigger that procedure, so
Yes.
that the procedure can update on that.
No. Mismatch the all things. Store procedure is a different thing.
Yes.
Trigger is a
So,
different thing.
so Vibu. Basically, like for a store procedure, you need to invoke from your code level. Okay. So
Yes, yes,
basically, when you are working on an MVC, you need to
yes,
invoke your store procedure. So there will be a kind of a function which you need to write in a code level to invoke your store procedure, and it will
yes, yes,
provide the result. Okay. And
yes, yes,
regarding the trigger, it will be kind of, as the name, it will be triggered if you define any particular trigger on your table level, like directly someone is deleting any information from your record, and if you write a trigger, so
okay,
it will be by default invoke. You do not require to invoke anything for that.
yes, 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 yes. Means it's internally work, right? That trigger.
Yeah, it's internally work. For the trigger, it will internally work.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Uh, anyone?
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah, Pupendra. I have one question.
yes.
In this webinar, somewhere you told that there is no inbuilt method to, limit the size of the MySQL DB.
Yes.
So, so I actually want to know that is there any really requirement where we need to limit the sizes? I mean, when it is required to limit the database size? Because in normal, I mean, in our scenario, like we normally have a random or dynamically get array.
Okay.
So the question is why we really need.
Basically, sometimes, as per the my thinking, because I'm not much knowledge about that things, but as per my thinking, if we have some server regarding a 2 GB server are available in MySQL, okay. If our data is more than 2 GB, then our server is always crashed about that. There are also some redundant logic are available, just like logs are put in a tables. There are so many logs are available in tables that it is not necessary are looking all the records in a complete log. So all time the data is increasing and size are increasing. Okay, that time if we define that 2 GB is not a more than 2 GB, so it's easily that if we define that 2 GB, then our server is not going to be a more than 2 GB, so our server is not going to be a crash. As per this my thinking about that.
Okay. Okay. One more question. So as you said, like for performance reason, we should not use star, right? When we fetch the data from the database, MySQL database. So like if we have scenario like almost all the fields are required, right? Maybe one or two fields are not required, or in the scenario like all the fields are required. In that case, also we need to mention all the fields separately. I mean, is
uh,
there really
so
create a performance issue?
okay. Sometimes there are some fields have a text area. Okay, some field
Hmm.
have a text. Okay, if
Hmm.
we going to be a star, we don't need that text fields. Okay, whenever we going to be a put a star, that text field is also executing. If tags have a multiple data in the tags, then it's going to be creating an issue. It's going over less data. Sorry, it's going for a low in the resulting. That's why I'm mentioning that you can only provide that field which you are required. Okay.
Okay.
Hello, anybody? Okay.
So any other questions, guys? Anyone have?
Yeah, I have one more. So,
Sure.
yeah, based on the it's regarding the joins. So based on the images you have shown, like those circles. So can we say like left join and right join can be used uh, by just replacing the tables? or is there any difference like if you use a left join and right join?
Actually, I'm not getting you.
So, for example, we have left join, right?
Okay.
Table one with the left join,
Okay.
table two.
Hmm.
So, can we change the placement of the tables and use the right join, like table two, right join with the table one?
Whenever you provide the lab join, is as per my thinking, if you switch the left to right, right to left, it doesn't matter. Whenever you put a right, then it's in a come in a market. Okay, so right, you need to put a right join in a sentence, then in executing that. But it doesn't matter if you put a lab join and just replacing that table one to table two, table two to table one. It's not affecting that.
So that means both the query return the same results.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you for answering my question.
Welcome.
Hello,
Hello.
hello, Tiwari ji.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a doubt related to store procedure. You just
Yes.
told store procedure is faster than raw query.
Yes.
Yeah, but actually, store procedure is always create a raw query inside procedure.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah, then how it's faster than raw query?
As I already told you about that, whenever we called using our application, then the application put you its own layer to executing that query. Just like you built a query using that model, or just like that MVC frameworks, just like you using, if you Laravel using you put a Eloquent
Yeah,
creating that query. Okay,
yeah.
it's so Eloquent to Laravel, so providing its layer to create that query, then going to the MySQL, then get a result, then converting, and then give a result. But whenever
Okay,
you hold a store procedure, it's directly called to the MySQL. No need to put
okay,
any layer in between the query. So it's give a better performance than your Eloquent or than your application.
okay.
Okay.
And another question, inside procedure we can make so any relation between just like a join and you
Yes,
just
yes, you can
explain.
do anything. You can do anything
Yeah,
in a, you can
and
perform any query in
its
a,
a
yes.
its performance will not reflect when we get big data.
Yeah, yes, yes. It's not sometime, but you need to optimize this, the same thing in a store procedure as well. If you have a one table record, have a something 5 crore record, and you just putting a select star from that table, then store procedure also going to be in a downside. Okay, so you need
Okay,
also optimize that query in a store procedure as well. Okay, it's a little bit faster, just because I already told you about that application layer. But store procedure also need a optimization whenever you executed the query.
okay. And
Okay.
I saw many example, but I didn't get during running any project and how we create a runtime procedure and how to use, because during migration we can create any store procedure, but real time running project how to create any store procedure in any language.
Okay. So basically, we're just thinking about that wherever you need for that. Just like
Yeah,
some.
just like sorry to interrupt you. Just we are working only Laravel. Then can you brief description after completion of this presentation? Okay,
Okay.
I will ping you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Definitely.
Actually, hello.
Yes.
Actually, store procedure is a part of the PLSQL in MySQL.
Mhm.
So you have to learn the PLSQL and then you write the code into the MySQL to create the store procedure.
Okay.
Then it will be called from the Laravel or any framework like Coordinator, Cake PHP, Core PHP. That is different matter. You just need to call the store procedure from the PHP frameworks, but it
Okay.
will write the code into the procedure in MySQL site, not PHP
Oh,
site.
okay.
So Bhupender, I have like a question regarding this stored procedure. So as you said that stored procedure is faster than the raw or the normal SQL queries that we fire from our any scripting language, right? So does that mean like we can move to the stored procedure for all our queries?
Oh, it's not necessary. It's just a basic thing as provided a store procedure be executing for that. Something is not providing, just like we have execution a query in a we get a all result in a array. It's like we have a star, put a star, we get a all record. But in a store procedure, it's only written a single field. Got my point? It's only result written a single field. You comma just recording a single recording in a stored procedure. It's not returning all record in a stored procedure. You can execute any inserting, updating functionality in a stored procedure whenever you need any kind of all recording you need for that. Just like a one table line, you need a all record which have a company ID file. That time stored procedure is not work. Okay, it's only retaining a single value, single field value. Okay,
Uh,
got my point?
hello, hello. I have some suggestion. Actually, you can create also routine in a
Yes.
MySQL site. So you can create, update, insert any queries you will write in routine, not procedure. Procedure is a different purpose. If you write a single query and single statement, you can use the routine in MySQL, and you can pass as well arguments into the function as well. It will work as a function with
So
parameters.
what is the like best scenario to use stored procedures?
Just like Nirav, just Nirav, na?
Yes, yes, Nirav.
Okay, just like a Nirav, I'm just briefing about that where we use a store procedure. Just like we have a dashboard. Okay, dashboard have a just like a count, just like a how many are ordered place, how many all kind of counting, how many placing, and we need to put a dashboard faster. Okay, in that place we can use a store procedure. We need a only count and we display over there. Okay, that time store procedure is really good for that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.